Storytime and forest walk. Hope you can join me. Thanks for clicking on the video. Really appreciate it. One night, I was sound asleep, and for some reason I woke up and had this kind of unsettled feeling, like something felt kind of weird. And I, like, your eyes are adjusting when you wake up, but there was enough natural light coming in from the windows. There was 3 windows, so there was, and the blinds were closed, but they weren't like blackout blinds, so you could still see light coming in from the moon and from lights that are around. And my eyes were adjusting, and I looked at the end of my bed, at the corner, like on the left-hand side. I was sleeping on the left-hand side. So I looked at the bottom of the bed where the drapes were hanging from the canopy. And there was a black shadow of a man. And he was dressed in a cape. You could see his silhouette, like he was blacker than black. And he had a top hat, he had a cape, and he was really tall. And I just kind of was like blinked my eyes a couple of times, like, I must be seeing things. This is, and he was looking in, like, I didn't see his eyes, like I couldn't see his face or any features, but felt like he was watching me while I was sleeping. And I thought for, the first few seconds, I was like, well, this is just my imagination. I must still be kind of half asleep. So I was like closing my eyes and then opening again. And he was still there. And he was just standing there watching me. And I started to get like this terror feeling come in me. And I think he saw from my face that I was starting to see that I saw him. And then he just slowly took one step and just sidestepped behind the curtain. So 1 second he was there, and then he just sidestepped behind the curtain, so I couldn't see him anymore. And the hair on the back of my neck, it was like up, and then I just screamed. Like, if I could get paid for my scream, I would be a millionaire. Like, I have the greatest scream. But it was just like a blood-curdling scream. And my husband was like, what's going on? What's up? Like, he's having a heart attack because I'm screaming in the middle of the night. And I said, there was a man, and he was at the end of the bed, and he was all black, and he had a cape, and he had a hat. And he just went like this, and he just sidestepped behind the curtain. And he was just standing right there. And he goes, and so he just comforted me. But yeah, I turned on the light. That was really freaky. Yeah, so that's my story. That's one of my stories. I've had, up until I learned how to, set boundaries, I would have people visit me quite a lot, like as a child and as a young adult and even as an older adult. It's not been since, I think, about probably 6 years ago, I finally figured out how to put boundaries up, spiritual boundaries. So it doesn't happen as much anymore, but it's not uncommon for me, or wasn't uncommon for me. It would happen about every few months where I would open my eyes, I would get woken up, and there'd be someone standing beside me. But I usually would see features. This was like a shadow person. So I'm not sure if he was from the Victorian age or something, wearing a cape and a top hat. But yeah, it was pretty freaky. Like, I'll never forget that feeling of, and the weird like chill when he just kind of sidestepped behind the curtain. Like he saw me looking at him, and then he just went, oops, and gone. So that's my story for today. And I wanted to share with you guys, I made this little pouch. I crocheted it. And I made a little a video on how to make one. And what you can do is you can put a prayer, a scripture, a goal, a little message, a positive message to yourself, and then a little keepsake. I have a little stone from my mom that was in her, well, I'll show you. She had a bowl full of these, so I took one and put it in my, I call it a prayer pouch, but it could be an intention pouch, a love pouch. So, and it's really cute. I get so many compliments on it, and it's kind of just a nice reminder that, you know, I can just feel the love, eh? Like you just feel the love from that you give yourself, self-love. And anyway, I'm wishing you love, and if you're going through a hard time right now, I hope I was able to keep you company for a bit. And thanks for being here. And I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe and press the like button and hype it if you can. If you got a modern phone, I can't do it on my iPad, but I can do it on my phone. Yeah, and please leave comments on how anything that happened to you or what you think that was. Maybe it was just me transitioning from sleep and I just have a really good imagination. Okay, take care everyone. Bye for now.